My mom was a very strong woman. At 14 years old, my mom got on a boat by herself in London, where she lived, to go to New York City. Very strong woman. My wife, Irish, outspoken, very strong woman. My sister has a point of view. My daughter, again, opinionated. I just have a lot of very strong women in my life, and I have throughout the course of my life. I've had women who are bosses on the set with me, always have a strong opinion, always thoughtful. And so I would just be, as a man, it would be horrifying to be outraged by 25 seconds of Taylor Swift. How would the women in my life react to me and view me? Now, some guys grow up with brothers only, without a sister. Maybe dad's the force in their life, not mom. They've never had a female boss. They haven't had the opportunities I have. But I've just happened to have a very strong European mother who came over on a boat by herself to New York, strong sister, strong, outspoken wife, daughter, big opinions. You're going to know about them. And just the women I've worked with in media in my life. So that's been my life. That's been my my reality, is I've had strong women. And I don't know why this is psychologically. I'm not Freud, obviously. But it does matter what women think of me. It does matter what my daughter, my wife, my sister, it matters what women think of me. It's not an appearance thing. I know what I look like. I've got a mirror. But it does matter that they don't think I'm a lunkhead and a meathead. And I think if you're getting upset over 25 seconds of video over 3.5 hours, you need to get over it. We put guys on sports all the time. I remember very famously in the 80s, it was a real thing. The NBA had this marketing campaign. It was really cool. And it was famous people. It'd be like Rob Lowe, or who still, by the way, looks 28, Jack Nicholson. And it was NBA. It's fantastic. And they would go to Laker games and they would show celebrities. And it was cool that the late Siskel and Ebert would be at a Bulls game. And we've had all these male figures. And it's okay, guys, if women like sports too. I don't care if they're dating a player. Who cares? You know, I've always felt this about sports. Hey, man, you're a casual. I'm a sportscaster and I'm a casual. Outside of the NFL, I'm a casual. I love my life. I like my sports. And I try to bring that perspective every day. I don't want to go down these tunnels and rabbit holes and if you want to hear a crazy person, go have a beer with your buddy and watch a game. That's not my job. I want to be the judge sitting atop with a gavel and listen to the prosecutor and the DA. And that's how I sort of view my role in this whole thing, is I want to come in, we all have biases, but kind of agenda free. And this is how I view the game. So I guess my takeaway on Taylor Swift was, and I didn't really watch a lot of the feedback. I try to stay off that stuff. I don't want to know if it's too good or too bad. I don't think Dennis Miller used to have a great line. You'll get arrogant if your feedback's too good, and you'll get insecure if it's too bad. So I don't care. But I do think what's amazing about sports is I want more people under the tent. Because when I was a kid and I was a sports fan, I never understood people that got into soap operas. Like, I understood sitcoms and Mary Tyler Moore, MASH, Cheers. Anytime you can make people laugh, it could be Johnny Carson, Letterman, Leno, it doesn't matter, that's good. But I never understood people that were so loyal to pretending. And I always felt like all the real stuff is sports. How do you not like sports? And I grew up in a family that nobody liked it except me. So when Russell Wilson went to the Seahawks and Pete Carroll and they won, my sister finally liked sports. And I thought it was so cool. She's like, oh my God, I'm getting nervous. The 2-minute drive. And I'm like, my sister's using football terms. So it was a really important part of this sort of growth as a sportscaster, is nobody in my family's ever liked sports. And my wife, similarly, I've never been involved with people who care about sports much. But I love when they're under the tent and they get nervous and anxious. And I'm like, you don't get this with sitcoms. You don't get this. This is real life. It's so wonderful. And we should just open our arms to everybody and let them in. This is so much fun. And these athletes care so much. And they make a lot of money, but they play through pain. They play hurt. Lamar Jackson's crying when he loses. How do you not love these guys? How do you not love this stuff? And I tell my wife this all the time. I don't want to retire and go play golf and be removed from people. I want to be around young people. I want to laugh. I want to cry. There's an old saying in the news business. It was in broadcast news. I was talking to an old friend, Jim Snyder, who's a newscaster in Las Vegas yesterday. We were texting back and forth. And there was a line, because the news business is so hard and you see so much death and pain, that there's a line in broadcast news: get out of news while you can still cry, because it numbs you. Sports never numbs me. I can't wait for the next game. I can't wait to watch Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers. I can't stand what's going to happen in September, October, November in politics. I don't want any part of it. Negative, angry, accusatory, conspiracy-driven. Yuck. News is sad. Politics is weird and tribal. Sports is amazing. So a beautiful, talented girl dates a superstar, and she loves this stuff. My wife doesn't like sports. She's from Detroit. The Lions were losers her whole life. My wife's going crazy Sunday. She's literally calling me swearing because she's at a different place than I was. We're texting for an hour straight. And I loved every second of it. Invite people into the tent. It's so rewarding. It's so amazing. If you landed on this planet and you didn't know what sports was, I would say it's totally unscripted. I was absolutely sure Kansas City was going to lose. I can't believe the Lions are good. Michigan's now way better than Ohio State. The best basketball players are from Europe. You never know what you're going to get. And to me, it keeps you young. Politics ages you. News ages you. Sports keeps you young. Let's just be happy people love it as much as we do. Good for Taylor Swift, Matthew McConaughey, Eminem, Drake, Bradley Cooper. I love seeing Bradley Cooper at Eagle games. It's like this famous actor who's doing duets with Lady Gaga. Bleeds green. God, he cares so much for the Eagles. He's so irrational. This talented, brilliant actor is so absurdly irrational for the Eagles. God, I love that. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.